One overlooked super setting could cost you more than $180,000 by the time you retire, and most Australians in their 40s never even look at it. I ranked the 5 settings you need to check before 40 against the data from MoneySmart, the ATO and AMP. By the end, you'll know exactly which fix pays off the most, counting down to number 1. I ranked these 5 settings by one thing above all: how much each one adds to your final retirement balance, using compound modelling at a 5% real return. I also weighed how quickly you can action each one and whether official guidance from MoneySmart, the ATO and AMP backs it up. The smallest wins come first, the biggest is saved for last. Coming in at number 5, your beneficiary nominations. MoneySmart lists beneficiaries as one of the 6 things to keep an eye on in your super account, yet a huge share of people have never set one. It won't grow your balance a cent, which is why it ranks lowest here. But it takes 5 minutes in your funds portal and protects your family. Get it done, then check the setting that could quietly halve your fees. Number 4 is your insurance cover. MoneySmart flags insurance as one of the 6 things to review, and warns that if you've had several jobs, you could be paying for the same cover twice across different funds. According to MoneySmart, duplicate premiums can quietly cost $400 to $600 a year, money that could be compounding instead. Check whether your cover actually fits your life, then look at the account setting that's costing even more. At number 3, your investment option. Most funds default you into a balanced setting, but MoneySmart's Super Health Check specifically tells you to review whether that mix matches your age and goals. If you're under 50 with 2 decades or more of compounding ahead, a more growth-weighted option can add real dollars over time. If this is useful, subscribe. There's a breakdown like this every week. Now onto the 2 settings with the biggest payoff. Number 2 is consolidating your accounts and cutting fees. MoneySmart warns that holding multiple funds from old jobs means you're likely paying duplicate admin fees and insurance, and it urges you to keep fees low. On a $150,000 balance, dropping from around 1% to about 0.6% saves roughly $600 a year. And MoneySmart's own compounding logic means that adds up to around $40,000 extra by age 67. Before I get to number 1, which is the single most counterintuitive and most powerful move, know this: it's the one setting that dwarfs everything else on this list. And the number 1 setting to check before 40 is your salary sacrifice. According to the ATO, employers only have to pay the super guarantee, 11% now, rising to 12% in July 2025. And most people in their peak earning years add nothing on top. That's the mistake, because voluntary contributions are taxed at just 15% inside the fund, instead of a marginal rate up to 34.5%. Here's exactly how much that setting is worth. Salary sacrifice takes the top spot, and the numbers show why. For someone on $95,000, the ATO says the super guarantee adds about $10,450 a year. But salary sacrificing just $3,000 more, under 3.2% of salary, keeps you well within the $30,000 concessional cap. Over 28 years at a 5% real return, that single setting could add more than $180,000 to your retirement balance versus doing nothing. Stack it with consolidating your accounts, and the combined lifetime impact is around $220,000 to $240,000, which is why it ranks number 1. Salary sacrifice wins overall, but it isn't always the first thing to do. If you're carrying 2 or 3 old accounts each, charging over 1%, consolidating first stops the leak before you pour more in. And because super locks your money away until retirement, keep a cash buffer for emergencies before you push contributions harder. Next, I'm covering the exact MyGov and ATO steps to find and consolidate lost super in under 10 minutes. The number 2 move on this list, done properly. If you want to catch that, subscribe so you don't miss it, and start with whichever setting on this countdown you've never actually checked.